Hi, my name's Katrina and I'm a senior midwife here in Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital in Drogheda. In the past number of years we have collaborated with Npec along with the other 18 maternity units in Ireland in order to improve outcomes for women who experience primary postpartum hemorrhage. So why do we measure blood loss? Accurately measuring the amount of blood loss following the birth of a baby is crucial in order to identify and treat postpartum hemorrhage at an early stage and to improve health outcomes for women. If not measured accurately, then overestimation and underestimation of blood loss can take place, leading to unnecessary intervention and complications for women. So what do we need in the room for measuring? So in each birthing room you should have a digital weighing scales like this, for example, that is calibrated to manufacturer's instructions. So it is important to use an appropriate weighing scale such as this and not a baby weighing scales that are available in the rooms. So as well as that, we use an under buttock drape. So this one here has the measurement guide for measuring accurately the blood loss printed on the side. As well as that, we will also need, if we have a kidney dish, appropriate for measuring blood clots, blood loss, anything like that, if clots are expelled. We might also need to measure the collecting tray from under the birthing stool if it is used. As well as that, swab racks are very important, and that they come along with the clear swab bags so that we can easily account for and measure the blood-soaked swabs appropriately. So what items do we measure after a blood loss in the room? So items to be measured include the under buttock drape, which we've already mentioned, which will have the measurement guide on the side. As well as that, we're going to measure any sanitary pads. We're going to measure incontinence sheets. We're going to measure any blood soakage on swabs, X-ray detectable swabs, or any tampons. As well as that, we will have our collecting tray under the birthing stool with a measurement guide on the side for easy measurement. As well as that, if there are any blood spillage on the floor, we can mop that up with incontinence sheets and weigh these. If there are any bed sheets that have blood soakage on them, we can also weigh these. So how do we actually measure blood loss? So the simplest way to explain is to start off with something like our sanitary pads, incontinence sheets, our swabs and our tampons. So it is important that in each area you are aware of the dry weights of all of these items. So it is maybe beneficial to have a laminated card in your unit with the dry weights of each item so that you can refer to this at the end. So when you're measuring a blood-soaked item such as a sanitary pad, you're going to weigh it on the appropriate weighing scales as we mentioned before. You're going to get your total blood volume on the pad and you're going to subtract the dry weight from this, and that's going to give you your total blood loss on the item. So it is important also to remember that if there is an incontinence sheet or a pad under the woman immediately following birth, this may have amniotic fluid or liquor from around the baby or urine on it, so it is important to discard this so it's not included in the total volume of blood loss at the end. So as well as that, the under buttock drape that we use, it is important even to commence the measurement as soon as possible so that any liquor or urine that is in the bottom of the under buttock drape can be subtracted from the total blood loss in the under buttock drape at the end. So another important piece of equipment that is needed in each birthing room is a swab rack and clear swab bags. So the importance of these is to account for the number of swabs that are used during a birth. During a postpartum hemorrhage, a large number of swabs can be used, so this ensures that they're easily accounted for because you can visually see them, and as well as that then for easy weighing of the blood loss during the postpartum hemorrhage. So also really important to remember when you're weighing blood loss is that 1 gram of fluid volume measured is equal to 1 ml of blood. So just some things to remember. So being aware of your woman's history is so important. So things like a previous postpartum hemorrhage, maybe her pre-hemoglobin from before delivery, or any other risk factors that may predispose the woman to a postpartum hemorrhage. Communication is key, so ensuring that every team member has closed loop communication, it's clear, it's concise, and everyone is communicating appropriately to ensure that nothing is missed. Other important things to remember as well is the use of maybe whiteboards in the room such as this, so that we can accurately record medications that were given to the woman, and things such as her blood loss to date can be quite helpful as well. So also important to keep a clear and detailed documentation of an intake and output chart on the woman, so that we can accurately record the blood loss. So remember, it's not always possible to accurately measure blood loss, such as a situation where you have a woman in the birthing pool. So in this situation, you may have to visualize blood loss, so any color change may prompt evacuation from the pool. So remember, sometimes it is not always possible to measure the blood loss, and we may need to visualize, as in the care of the woman giving birth in a pool. If the water is becoming darker, claret coloured, and it is becoming difficult to see the bottom of the pool, this is an indicator of excessive blood loss and a postpartum hemorrhage.